You are a genius.
Hey, Mr. Genius, did you remember the phone number?
Of course you did. Remember, you're a genius. 352-237-2888. Because at Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Even if water's not running through it at this particular moment. Mike Scott Plumbing.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. It is just a really nice Thursday morning. Tomorrow's the day they say it's going to rain, and just be glad of that. Let the rain get out of its way, then maybe Saturday will be just like today. Looks like a really nice day. 61 degrees, by the way, right now. Galen Unold from LifeSouth is out there somewhere. He's going to talk to us about the important role we play in making sure that there's a blood supply. And I have day 3 of trending sports stories.
Day 3.
Day 3 of trending sports stories. It's not easy to find these, by the way. You have to really, really look and see, because there's a graph on that Google uses to show how popular a story is, and that's kind of how I do it.
Sure.
Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Larry. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Are you driving?
Yeah, sure am.
All right. Let's see. What did I want to tell you first? Oh, you know what today is? Today is National Yellow Bat Day. What is that thing about Yellow Bat Day?
That is cool.
Yellow Bat.
Yeah, I know. This is an amazing story. I mean, every day I try to figure out what day it is. It's National Chocolate-Covered Cashew Day. People make these days. But this is an actual educational opportunity. Yellow Bat Day, on this date, 1967, the 265th Army Security Agency Company Airborne with the 101st Airborne Division was activated in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And then if you read the whole thing, which I won't do right now, but they went on to have intelligence during the Vietnam War that helped greatly during the Tet Offensive. That I guess it's one of those forgotten in history things, that most people forget.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, they saved some lives because of the intelligence they had in advance of an attack.
That's good.
So, National Yellow Bat Day. And the bat they're referring to is not a baseball bat. It's they used to paint like a yellow bat on all their equipment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there was an actual bat, like the animal. And the reason they did that is because they figured out in the woods they would have to know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. So the good guys will have the yellow bats on them. Mm-hmm. That'll be us.
That's pretty cool.
That's our guys, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So just thought I'd share that with you. We didn't really get a chance to read the whole thing earlier. We kind of had to rush the ending
but
up.
I thought that was
But I got the gist of it, right? When we read it, yeah.
Oh, you did. Very much so.
It's not Friday yet.
Almost.
How's the blood? How's the blood supply, Galen?
We're right there where we've kind of been, just holding steady. Just need more O's. Really, really need O's. We're still in critical need of type O, but we really need all types. So just under a 4-day blood supply today. A lot of usage over the last 2 days. So just get up there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Very good. Very good. Penn Flooring makes that announcement possible, as does Palm Garden. Thank both of those businesses for their sponsorship. Penn Flooring has some beautiful flooring you might want to consider. You're going to remodel your home or your office and don't know what to do? Why don't you go over there, find out not only what they have, but how you can put it up and how long it'll last, how you take care of it. What's the one thing you look for? Easy to care for, right? If you had a choice, pretty, good-looking or easy to care for, which would you pick?
First of all, Larry, I wouldn't pick. My wife would pick.
So would it be pretty or easy to care for?
I have no idea.
Robin, what would you pick?
I would go pretty.
Pretty before easy to care for?
Yeah, I would
now,
go pretty.
Larry, if it were you and I, we'd have a concrete floor and be fine with it.
You're not kidding.
Well, you
dirt.
still have to
I'd have a dirt floor. Are you kidding?
Well, you don't really want dirt because then, it gets everywhere, and you'd rather have concrete.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we go buy a tarp. Put the plastic tarp down. Or some Visqueen, that would be fine.
Or you could get one of those leaf blower things, and that way you could just spray the dirt off of the concrete, and have your macho moment with your tool. And
there you go.
Right. I remember when I was in college and my wife came and visited me at my apartment in St. Augustine, and she's like, "Who lives here?" I just like me and my roommate. And so she sits on the couch and she's like, "There's no, there were no blinds, there was like a lamp, but it was just a light bulb, There's no plants or anything." I'm like, "What?" I didn't even think about these things.
Yeah, right.
And so she came back. The next time she came back, she brought throw pillows.
Oh.
And
did you like them?
I remember my roommate. Well, my roommate's like, oh, we got pillows. And he didn't, he just thought you just lay on it, right? And my wife's like, you're not supposed to lay on those.
Oh, you're not?
Oh, gee.
Like, oh, no. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
the second she wasn't there, we used them to lay on.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But men don't think about decorations. We don't. Well,
I know.
I don't.
I don't either.
I shouldn't speak about for all men, but I just don't think about adorning anything. I'm like, okay, I got a couch. All right, that's good. I don't need anything else. I don't need like a blanket or a throw pillow or a coffee table.
That's it. Oh. So get your floor redone over at Penn Flooring.
Yeah. Make sure you bring your wife.
Yes, absolutely. Penn Flooring is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street over the McKay Williams Bridge, just a few blocks from Pine Avenue. And, of course, Palm Garden, not too far here from the Paddock Mall where we broadcast from. Palm Garden has a beautiful facility with a wonderful program for those who might need rehabilitation. Ask them about that. Maybe you are caring for a loved one as a caregiver. You need a break yourself. Well, that's what the respite program is for. And mom, dad, grandma, maybe husband, wife, who knows, if they need care 24 hours a day and you need to get away for a little bit, they'll take care of them and they'll have a good time there too. They'll be playing games. The activities program is really wonderful over at Palm Garden.
Yeah, Palm Garden's one of the best.
And
we rate them, the assisted livings and skilled nursing, and Palm Garden's one of the best.
Yeah, we rate them based on our half hour spent or hour spent with them.
Yes. No, they're fabulous. They've been in the area a really long time.
Well, it passes the very first test, the smell test. When you first walk into a facility, the very first thing you notice is how it smells.
That's right.
Very first thing. So anyway, go to Palm Garden. Thank them, and Jan, thank you for sponsoring the segment we do with Galen every day.
Yeah,
all right, so you want some trending sports stars? You're not getting tired.
I'm sure Palm Gardens has throw pillows and everything.
Oh, they're beautiful. It is clearly
beautifully decorated.
Plants.
Yes, there clearly is a lady involved with that place.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I used to do when I was activities director at Park Place? Because I'm not a lady. At Christmas time, I think we had 7 trees we had to put up. Okay, and they were all artificial, of course. So I would set up all 7 trees. Right, no big deal. It's setting up a tree. It's a man's thing.
Yeah.
And then I would put the
right.
Then I would put the decorations out, and of course my job was to decorate the trees. But I'm horrible at this. So I used to always say, if you want to help, I have no problem you helping me, and that's all I had to do. I didn't do anything else.
No, your job is to go in the attic, bring down the heavy equipment, lay it all out, and then stand by for when you're needed to reach something very high. Because I'll put something up, and why'd you put that there? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It was like being activities director with a lot of women around me was like being Mickey Mouse with a wand. All I had to do was get the trees up and put the decorations out, and not only did the trees get decorated, but the whole place did.
Right. Now, do you put up did you have to put up the lights, or did somebody take over the lights?
I think actually maintenance, the outdoor lights. You mean?
No, the indoor, on the tree itself.
Oh, the tree lights. No, I think the girls did that. I think the ladies did that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. You had it made.
I did have it made.
Before I give them to her, I make sure that they work.
Oh yeah, that's the man's job.
And if they don't work, I just throw them in the garbage.
Yeah, we plug them in. We take the toothpick out of our mouth. We say, "Yep, they work." I'll put them up unless you think you can do a better job. No, we can do a better job.
Right, that's smart. You're a smart man, Larry.
The outdoor lights were put up by maintenance, though. Yeah, that's the truth on that one. But the indoor stuff, absolutely true. Yeah. All right, do you want some sports trending stories?
Yes.
Do it, Larry. I wonder if you're going to have Kurt Schilling in there.
It's the first one, yes. Kurt Schilling, fired by ESPN. Former MLB pitcher Kurt Schilling has been terminated by ESPN, where he worked as analyst.
He's a former Red Sox pitcher.
It does say that. It does say that.
That's what it should say.
ESPN released a statement on the decision yesterday, per Richard Sandomir of the New York Times, saying, quote, ESPN is an inclusive company. Kurt Schilling has been advised that his conduct was unacceptable and his employment with ESPN has been terminated.
Oh, my God.
And I know why, but Galen, tell Robin why.
Well, he basically reposted on his personal Facebook this meme that was going around about this guy who was dressed as a woman, and he wanted to go in the women's bathroom or something like that. And I mean, it's not the first time he said something stupid. But that's why he got fired. And ESPN talks about being inclusive, and I guess that includes. And I am not a fan of ESPN. I think over the last 5 or 6 years, they've really gone away from what they do, which is sports, and gone more into this talk show type of thing. But they here's the thing: is they employ murderers, they employ ex-athletes who have beaten their wives. They glamorize certain. I mean, all you have to do is watch the Floyd Mayweather interview with Stephen A. Smith, a guy who repeatedly beat multiple women, and the way they fawned over Floyd Mayweather. But they talk about how inclusive they are. They glamorize athletes who did like that Adam Schefter interview that he just had with Greg Hardy, who was convicted of seriously beating his girlfriend and almost killing her. Ray Lewis, he murdered 2 people. So it's just over and over, but yet they're fine if this ex-athlete says something that's more to the right center, and that's a big problem, and that's the issue I have.
There you go. All right, let me take a little break, and we'll be right back. I think I have 7 today, so I got 6 more trending sports stars. We'll be right back.
Cool.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For this Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds. High 80 to 84. Clear to partly cloudy Thursday night. Low 62 inland, 68 at the coast. For Friday, clouds and sun. Watch out for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. High 81 to 85. And on Saturday, partly sunny. High 81 on the coast, 87 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262. All right, 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for listening to The Source. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. And remember, the important reason Galen comes on with us each morning is just to remind us that we have a role when it comes to a blood supply. It's not manufactured in some plant in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It comes right out of your arm into the blood bank, and then it goes into the hospitals, which is where it saves lives. So it's a kind of a simple explanation as to why we're needed for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
there's no substitute for human blood.
So just real quickly on the Curt Schilling story, do you think there'll be another network that'll hire him?
Oh yeah, he's the best baseball analyst on TV today. Period. But he is. He's talked about his politics. He's very open about his politics. He's a right-wing conservative, and he's open about it. And ESPN's always had an issue with it. This was a final straw. And I actually think this will be good for Curt Schilling's career. I think he'll end up on, Fox News or maybe NBC or something like that, or not Fox News, but Fox Sports. Because he's a great baseball analyst, phenomenal baseball analyst.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think it's discriminatory or even unreasonable to say, you know what, the ladies' room should be for the ladies. What's the percentage of people who want to be able to, of men who want to be able to walk into the ladies' room?
Yeah.
I mean, compared to the number of ladies who want them to stay out. I mean,
exactly.
Well, and what he basically said is that you should go into the bathroom that fits your equipment. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's in a nutshell. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And that's I guess in today's, and again, you got to remember, this is the same network that put Caitlyn Jenner as their hero over the year, or whatever it was, courageous athlete of the year, and he hadn't been an athlete in 40 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Caitlyn Jenner is going through, and I'm not judging her one way or the other, but I know that's not.
I know she's a lot bigger than the other girls. I saw her in a girls' night out thing on YouTube, and I said, "Whoa, she's huge compared to the other girl."
Yeah, I mean, she was a decathlete, but she's not an athlete. And this is just one of those things that ESPN does because that's where they're at now. They're no longer sports. Just turn on the show and it's somebody yelling at somebody else about something stupid that has nothing to do with sports.
Okay. I have some more trending sports stories. See if you like this one. Let's see. Aaron Hicks. Let's see. The Oakland Athletics, Danny Valencia. Let's see. Aaron Hicks throws to nail. Danny Valencia was registered at 105.5 mile per hour by the fastest. Did you see this already?
I did.
The Oakland Athletics, Danny Valencia probably could have never imagined that following a Yonder Alonso fly to left field, he'd be pursued in his sprint from third base to home by a 105.5 mile per hour ball.
Wow.
That's a record, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's really fascinating. I'm just wondering how accurate it was, but they have the geometry and everything to get that right.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. It's a great video. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
It said the reality became very clear when Yankees left fielder Aaron Hicks unloaded the blazing throw with pitching caliber speed, and a likely winded Valencia was tagged out.
Well, and you got to remember, this guy's playing left field. He's not a pitcher, and so he had a lot more momentum coming behind the ball. But still, 105. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, trying to outrun the fastest outfield throw ever recorded in baseball is what they're saying. Okay, so there's.
I don't know how many have been recorded, but yeah.
Right.
That's pretty darn fast. I don't know how many people could throw it 105 miles an hour even with all the momentum in the world.
All right, here's another trending sports story that you might want to consider this not sports, Galen. I'm not so sure where you'll go with this, but yesterday was April 20th. 420 somehow has become synonymous with marijuana. So when athletes get drug tested on April 20th, they can't help but laugh. That's because the day is more commonly referred to as 420, a term connected to marijuana. But athletes better be careful about joining in on the celebration because you never know when you'll be randomly tested, as Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk noted yesterday, the day of the National Football League started testing players. Pittsburgh Steelers running back Le'Veon, how you say that? Bell?
Le'Veon. Yeah, Le'Veon.
Has been in trouble. Right. Has been in trouble with the NFL in the past due to marijuana problems. In 2014, Bell and then teammate LeGarrette Blount were arrested for possession of for marijuana, and Bell was also charged with driving under the influence. Anyway, he was a subject of a random drug test yesterday. Le'Veon Bell was
Le'Veon, yeah, and it's all about. It's got more to do with just keeping the game clean and with steroids and things like that. But the problem is a lot of these tests don't test for HGH and other of these exotic drugs that are out there. But they've got to do something, and they have to just protect each other from the game, because if you have a guy who's all juiced up, they could literally kill somebody on the field. That's what they want to prevent.
Sure. Yeah.
And random is a good way to go. I mean, I would hate for them to say, okay, you're scheduled on such and such a day. Okay, I'll just stay off the drugs for 3 days, and then I'll show up for my appointment.
The NFL, and this is the tricky part. The NFL is not as random as when you hear the word random. You think, oh, okay, it's random. It's more scheduled. So they'll tell you which team they're going to go to, and then they'll pick supposedly which guys go off of the team. So. I think there's only like 8 per team, if I remember correctly. They're constantly changing it and adapting the testing policy. Mm-hmm. So it's not as random as you would think random would be.
Here's another trending story. I watched a video of this, and the New York Jets center Nick Mangold went to a New York Rangers game, and he did everything in his power to provide the Blue Shirts with home ice advantage. But it meant risking being thrown out of the arena. Mangold grabbed the spotlight earlier this year when a photo of him giving the Dallas Stars his business surfaced on the internet. Mangold is apparently even more intense during the, he was at the Penguins-Rangers game. Mangold attended Game 3 of the series between the Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins Tuesday night, along with Eric Decker, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Bryce Petty. According to Zach Braziller of the New York Post, the Jets center was giving it to the Pittsburgh bench so much, allegedly going at Penguins assistant coach Rick Tocchet and center Sidney Crosby the hardest, that security had to come over multiple times to tell him to chill.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rangers still lost.
He is hyper.
And the fans were videotaping this with their phones, and they just got a kick out of it.
Oh,
seems like
playoff hockey. It's the best to watch in person, to go watch. Is playoff hockey. It's so intense.
If you're a recognizable celebrity and you go to a sporting event, you better be prepared to have lots of people putting pictures of you out.
Yeah, and I mean, this guy. I mean, they're football players, play for the Jets. He's an offensive lineman. It's not like you're going to miss him. I mean, he's a huge individual. So yeah, he loves this hockey.
So now the next one is trending, and I'm probably going to need some help with this. What it is a list of tweets. Okay, it's tweets from football players, right, who are reacting to Josh Norman becoming a free agent. Am I right? Am I right about this, or do I have the right sport? Okay. The Carolina Panthers rescinded the non-exclusive franchise tag on Josh Norman, making him a free agent.
Right.
And so there's a list of tweets that are being circulated, and it's trending. Okay. Cardinals cornerback Patrick Peterson tweeted, quote, "Know your worth."
There you go.
Know your worth. That's his tweet. Okay. Prince Aku Kamara. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
He tweeted, "I love this league. However, ever since Peyton was released from the Colts, nothing will ever surprise me."
Yeah.
Any comment on that?
So do you want the background story of what happened?
Anything. Yeah. Thurman Thomas said, Panthers did what? And then he tweeted again, something ain't right with that move.
Oh.
2 tweets.
Yeah, so what they did is every team can, what they call franchise tag any player on their team, and that's a free agent, so that another team can't sign him. If the other team does sign him, they get a chance to match him, but they have to guarantee that player is going to make in the top 5 of his position. Okay, so Josh Norman would have been very, very well paid had that deal gone through, and then the usual free agent period lasts up until about a week ago, where teams will kind of court any player that they want. They'll talk, they'll have discussions. The problem with this is, and why it's so shocking, is the Carolina was allowed to wait, and so Josh Norman couldn't really be courted by all of these NFL teams that needed a safety, and then they just decided, you know what, we don't need to franchise tag you anymore. You're a free agent.
Oh.
And so it really gave Josh Norman the short end of the stick. So now he's got the NFL drafts in a week. It really, really limited his opportunities. I'm sure there will be some kind of lawsuit over that, because he went from being one of the top 3 or 4 paid safeties in the NFL for the next 3 years to, I don't even have a job anymore. So
Anthony Armstrong, if you know who he is, I don't know who he is. Who is he, Galen?
I don't know who he is.
Okay, well, he tweeted, "I know there are some front offices that are checking couches for pocket change so they can sign Norman."
Oh my gosh!
I hope so. And again, I hope the guy. I hope the guy, gets signed. I'm sure he will. He's too good of a player not to, but it just messes everybody's salary cap up. So.
All right, and the last trending sports story I have, John Leguizamo appears in a short film debuting this week titled Poison God, a comedy about the quasi-religious appeal of Knicks phenom Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis will likely be a hit at the Tribeca Film Festival Porzingod, a 4-minute comedic short film which will have its world premiere Thursday at the festival. Porzingod was made by brothers Tyler and Connor Byrne. There you go. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I mean, he's a center for the New York Knicks, and the New York Knicks are really, really bad, and so he's an okay player on a really, really bad team, but it's in New York, so therefore it's a phenomenon.
A 4-minute film. 4 minutes.
There you go.
All right, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
He hasn't been playing long enough for it to be 5 minutes.
Oh.
Okay. 10 seconds. Where's the Bloodmobile?
Oh, Bloodmobile today, Larry, is we're at the Walmart on Wedgwood Lane.
Wedgwood Lane.
In the village.
All right.
Yes.
Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye, y'all. Thanks.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. It's deadline day for Volkswagen to explain how it'll deal with 600,000